This is a level 1 chill out practice. We're just standing in Tadasana pose, taking a few breaths here, getting centered. The next time you're ready to inhale, reach up. As you exhale, just bring your hands down to the tops of your thighs. We're just going to take this kind of standing cat and cow, inhaling to lift the chest, stick the hips out, exhaling to round the back and tuck the chin. Keep moving with your breath here, just creating some movement in the middle of the spine. Next exhale, go ahead and roll yourself all the way back up to standing, inhaling to reach all the way up. This time we're going to go ahead and fold forward, exhaling. Bend your knees a lot. At the bottom, you can clasp your arms, let your hands drag on the floor, whatever you want. Nice deep bend in your knees. Kind of shifting your weight back and forth, nodding your head, shaking your head. Let's inhale to place the hands on the tops of the thighs again for a little bit more of that standing cat and cow. Exhaling as you tuck and round. Inhaling as you lift the chest. And then again, we're going to roll ourselves all the way up to standing, inhaling and reaching up. And exhaling again into an easy forward fold, lots of bend in the knees. Again, relaxing the neck, relaxing the hands and arms and shoulders. Deep breaths into your back, the backs of your legs. Whatever kind of movement feels good here. And then placing your hands to the mat, go ahead and step back, coming onto your hands and knees. We're going to go ahead and do a cat and cow here on our hands and knees. Again, inhaling as you lift your chest and your hips. Exhaling as you tuck and round your back. We'll do this a couple more times. Just move with your flow of breath. When you're ready to exhale again, open your knees wide and sit your hips back towards your heels into a wide knee child's pose. You can let your arms reach out in front of you. You can also widen your arms if you'd like. Taking some movement here through your hips if you'd like. Deep breaths, filling up your belly, filling up your back. Now coming back up onto our hands and knees, step back. We're going to move into a really gentle downward dog, so a deep bend in your knees, more just to open up the shoulders and to lengthen out the spine. Bending one knee and then the other, opening your calves a little bit. Whatever movement feels good. And then when you're ready to exhale, go ahead and bring your knees back down to the mat, moving through a few more cat and cow poses. Strong exhalations, pulling your abs in and up. And then again, when you're ready to exhale, opening your knees wide, sitting back on towards your heels, reaching your arms out in front. Relax your neck, forehead to the floor. Deep breaths into your lower back, stretching through your fingers. Let's go ahead and come back up onto our hands and knees. We're going to extend the right arm forward and the left leg back for a spinal balance. Keeping the breath steady and reaching intentionally through the right fingertips and the left toes. The next time you're ready to exhale, if you'd like to, bring your right elbow to touch your left knee. Right elbow to left knee on your exhalation. You can do that a few times if you'd like to. Or just leave the arm and leg extended. And then let's go ahead and release the right hand and left knee. We'll switch to the other side. Left arm reaches forward, right leg reaches back. Long stretch from your left fingers to your right toes. Long breaths. And again, if you'd like to take the knee to elbow, you can do that on your exhalation, left knee to the right elbow a few times, connecting to your core. And let's release the hand and the knee, and then just step your feet back again into an easy downward dog. Lots of bend in your knees, taking whatever movement feels good. Now look at your feet and walk your hands back to your feet so you're in a forward fold at the back of the mat. Deep bend in your knees, relaxing your arms and your neck and your shoulders. Then let's inhale, hands to your thighs, flat back. Reach your arms out to the sides, and when you're ready to breathe in again, come all the way up to standing, bringing your hands into prayer as you exhale. And then let's inhale, reach up again, taking an easy forward fold, lots of bend in the knees. And as you inhale, walk your hands forward to the front of your mat. And then we're going to slowly lower to the knees and all the way down to the floor. Come onto your forearms for Sphinx pose. Pressing down through your forearms, try to draw your shoulder blades close together and press your chest forward as you breathe deeply into your chest. When you're ready to exhale, go ahead and lower your chest back down to the floor. Put your hands alongside your ribs and push up to your hands and knees. And then once again for a spinal balance, right arm forward, left leg back, holding here for a few breaths. And now we're going to leave the left leg extended, bringing your right hand to the floor. Take the left arm up to the ceiling. Left arm up, left leg up, right hand, right knee, right toes on the floor. Exhale to bring the left hand down. Tuck your right toes under, and if you'd like to, you can come into a downward dog. Really deeply bend your right knee, just stretch the left leg up, and then lower back down to the mat, onto your stomach. This time coming into either a Sphinx pose or a cobra. Take a deep breath. Coming back down. Then we'll come back up onto our hands and knees and do the same thing on the other side, extending the left arm forward and the right leg back. Stay connected to your core as you stretch from fingers to toes. And then we're going to go ahead and lower the left hand down to the mat, reaching the right arm up, right leg up, left hand down, left knee down, left toes down. And let's go ahead and bring the right hand down. Tuck your left toes under, come into a downward dog, bend your knee deeply, really reach your leg up, and then lower your foot down. We're in a downward dog again. Lots of movement here, maybe bending one elbow and then the other, feeling a nice stretch. And then walking your hands back to your feet, nice deep bend in your knees, gentle forward fold, relax your neck. Then placing your hands on your thighs, we're inhaling up into a flat spine. Exhale to reach your arms out to the sides, and then when you're ready to breathe in, come all the way up to standing. Really deep breath, reach up. And now we're going to go ahead and move to whatever part of the mat you feel comfortable. We're going to do a tree pose. I am going to start out standing on my right foot, drawing my left foot up into my upper thigh. I'm going to start with my hands in prayer, and then interlacing my fingers, I'm going to press my palms to the floor first, and then on an inhalation, I'm going to reach my palms up to the ceiling. You can do whatever hand position you want, whatever foot position you want. We're just doing a little bit of balancing and breathing. Let's go ahead and release that side, just moving over to the other side now. Same thing here. Whatever foot position you took on the other side, do it here. Whatever hand position you took on the other side, do it on this side as well. Let's go ahead and release. And as you release, take a forward fold, exhale everything out. If you're not at the front of your mat, go ahead and move to the front of your mat. Bring your feet all the way together, big toes together. Squeeze your knees and inner thighs together, and you're going to come down into a balancing pose on your toes. You can bring your hands into prayer. You can place your palms on your thighs. You can leave your fingertips on the mat. We're balancing and we're breathing. And then let's place both hands to the floor. You're going to step your left foot to the very back of the mat. Bring both hands to the inside of your right foot just for a nice lunge. Just stretching the left heel back as the right shin comes forward. And then let's begin to lower the left knee down to the mat. Bring both hands to the top of your right thigh. Now you can stay here with your hands on the top of your thigh, or you can reach your hands behind your back. You can stay there, or you can begin to really reach back through your arms and lift up through your chest. Take your gaze up if you'd like. Any variation thereof. Let's go ahead and release the hands back down to the floor. Lift your left knee and step forward to the front of your mat again. We're going to do the same thing, starting with the balancing pose on your toes. Abdominal muscles in, knees together. Fingertips on the floor, hands on your thighs or hands in prayer. Breathe. When you're ready, hands back down to the mat. This time we're stepping the right foot to the back of the mat. Both hands come to the inside of the left foot for a nice deep lunge. At any time in the lunge, you can lower your knee to the mat. Okay, let's go ahead and take the right knee down if it isn't already. Both hands to the top of your left thigh. Pressing the hips forward and down here if you want to. Again, whatever hand position you choose. Staying upright or deciding to lean back and open your shoulders and chest. And let's go ahead and release. Bring both hands to the floor, lifting the knee. Let's step forward into an easy forward fold. Lots of bend in the knees, nodding the head, shaking the head. And then when you're ready, we're coming halfway up to an extended spine. Knees stay bent, arms out to the sides. And when you're ready to inhale, coming all the way up to standing, reaching up, standing up tall, and exhaling your hands into prayer. Again, staying in this position in the mat. If you want to, I'm just turning to the side so that you can see me a little bit better. We're going to inhale and reach up. And then exhale, I'm going to draw my left knee into my chest. Another balancing pose. Root down through the right leg, lifting up through the top of the head, shoulders down and back. Right hand to the right hip, opening the left knee out to the left. Bringing the knee back to center, I'm going to clasp my hands under my thigh and extend the leg out for a moment, and then release. And then we'll do the same thing on the other side, drawing the right knee into the chest, shoulders down and back, standing up tall and breathing. Left hand to the hip, opening the right knee to the right. Coming back to center, again, I'm putting my palms under my thigh for a moment, extending the leg out and releasing it down. Let's inhale to reach all the way up and fold forward, exhaling. Stepping one leg and then the other back, lowering down to the knees and all the way down to the floor. Now let's inhale. We're going to lift both legs and both hands away from the mat. You can stay here or you can reach both arms alongside your body, lifting both arms and lifting both legs, squeezing the shoulder blades together, continuing to breathe and release. Taking a few deep breaths into your back body. And let's do that much again. Reaching the arms back alongside your body, or you can place your palms to the floor and just lift your legs, or you can let your hands hover above the floor. Basically just lifting the entire back side of your body and releasing back down to the floor. Deep breaths into the whole back of your body. All right, place your palms alongside your rib cage. We're going to inhale, come up onto the hands and knees, open the knees wide, and again sit back into a deep child's pose, knees open. If you can, get your forehead to the floor. If not, at least try to relax your neck. Any movement you'd like to take here is great. Now coming back up onto our hands and knees, we're going to do thread the needle. Starting with reaching the right arm up to the ceiling and then reaching under the body, coming down onto the back of the right shoulder. Any variations here on thread the needle that you would like to do, of course you can. Okay, let's slowly begin to release. We're going to go ahead and reach the right arm forward and the left leg back. And just for a moment, bend your left knee and see if you can reach back and touch your foot. If you can grab it, just grab it for a sec. Give yourself just a little lift and stretch. If not, that's okay too. And then go ahead and release. And then we'll do thread the needle on the other side, reaching the left arm up and taking the left arm under the body. Come onto your left shoulder. And we're here for a few breaths. And preparing to come out of thread the needle, let's go ahead and inhale. Again, we're going to extend the left arm forward and we'll reach the right leg back, reaching back to find your foot. If you can, lift up, take a breath if you'd like to, and then let's go ahead and release. We're going to step back to a gentle downward facing dog one more time. Nice deep bend in your knees, bicycling your feet, and coming back down to the floor to a seated pose. We're going to move into cobbler's pose. Soles of the feet together. And for the first few breaths, just hold on to your ankles or the tops of your feet. Draw your shoulders down and back and just focus on lifting your chest and sitting up as tall as you can, lengthening your spine as much as you can while you slowly convince your knees to open a little bit more. And then when you feel ready, if you feel ready, keep your long spine and you can start to walk your hands forward. Of course, you can stay sitting upright. You can also bring your hands back behind you, opening up your heart and your chest. If you are folded forward, breathe deeply into your spine. And let's slowly begin to release our cobbler's pose. We're going to take a wide-legged seated forward fold. But first we're going to start with the legs nice and straight and open as wide as you can get them. And then we're just going to sit up nice and tall like we did at the very beginning of the cobbler's pose. Probably already feeling a stretch here. Feel a lot of lift through the top of your head. You're welcome to stay here. You're welcome to walk your hands forward or back. I'm going to substantially bend my knees before I fold forward, just to make sure that my stretch is happening in my hamstrings and not in the backs of my knees. And then we'll slowly come back up to seated, bring the legs together, and then we'll move down onto our backs. We're going to take a reclined pigeon's pose. Right ankle crosses over the left knee, reaching through to grab the front of the left shin. And you can stay here or take any variation. I'm going to go ahead and straighten that left leg and reach up and grab my calf and pull my leg and head towards each other. Again, you don't have to do that if you don't want to. Go ahead and release everything. We're going to leave the right ankle where it is, arms out to the sides. We're going to take the knees over to the right for an open twist, and you can turn your left ear to the mat. And we'll slowly begin to come out of this twist, uncrossing the ankle, moving over to the other side. Crossing the left ankle over the right knee, drawing the legs in toward the chest. Taking whatever movement or variation here that you want. I'm going to go ahead and extend my leg up again, reaching up to hold on behind my calf and drawing my forehead and my knee towards each other. And we'll slowly bring the feet back down. Keep your left ankle where it is, crossed over your knee, and then we're going to lower both knees to the left this time for the open twist, turning your right ear to the floor. Okay, let's go ahead and unwind, drawing the knees back up, maybe hugging the knees into the chest, rocking back and forth a little bit. And then let's bring ourselves back up into a seated pose. We're just going to sit in a regular cross-legged position and do just a little bit of neck stretching. When you have a comfortable seat, we're going to start by drawing the chin to the chest. Keep your shoulders down and back, chin to the chest, and feel the stretch along the back side of your neck. And then slowly bringing your head back up. Let's go ahead and drop the left ear towards the left shoulder, and you'll want to reach your right arm out to the side. just increasing the stretch. You can also place your left hand gently on the side of your head to increase that stretch as well. Keep your shoulders down and relaxed. Let's go ahead and release that side. Give your neck a moment to relax, and then we'll go over to the other side. Reaching that left hand down to the floor, right ear to right shoulder. And we'll go ahead and gently release that stretch. Bring your hands behind you, lean back, lift your chin to the ceiling, opening the front of the neck. A couple of deep breaths as you lift your chest. And then let's go ahead and slowly fold forward. You can just walk your hands forward. You can come down to your elbows, stay on your palms, whatever you want to do here. Just another gentle hip opener. And then let's go ahead and come back up and just switch your feet. So if your right foot was in front before, then have your left foot in front. And when you're ready, same thing, folding forward, coming to your palms or your elbows or whatever you'd like.